Alright, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be showing you how to create a basic sign-up form with all the relative workflows. First things first, I've created the new app in Bubble. On the index page itself, I've made it a column with a 1400 default builder width, standard for Bootstrap. Go to the styles section here, press button, primary button, and copy the appearance and layout settings I have here. I have 12 padding on the top, 12 on the bottom, 24 left, 24 right. Appearance, pause the video now and copy these settings. Go down to input here, standard input, and the same thing, pause the video and copy these settings. And on the layout, I have 6 padding on the top, 6 bottom, 20 left and 20 right. First things first, we need to add in is the actual form itself. So let's hit group here, 0 min width, max width 480. See how this has a min height here. We want to untick fit height to content so it spans across the whole page. Once we've added all the elements inside, we can then hit this again and it will collapse to the space needed. Get rid of the 60 there and let's center the element in the middle. And I will add a background style flat color of white just so we can see. And the padding, let's add 20 all around. First thing, let's add some text here. Sign up. We'll change that to heading 2. I actually don't have any styles set up for the text. You really need this if you're planning on using this in your actual app. Or yeah, you really should have this just dialed in if this is what you want to do. Press heading 2. No min width, no min height. That is all we need for now. And before we do anything else, back on the group A itself, I'll actually just call this group form. Group form. Apply some gap spacing between elements of 24, meaning the next element we add in will be 24 pixels away from the sign up text, so it doesn't sit directly on top of each other. Okay, let's add in some more text. Let's do first name. Let's make this body large. That looks fine. No min width, no min height, and we'll fit width the content for this. So we have the first inputs text done there. Now we can add in input. But as you can see, all these elements are 24 pixels between. So the input's actually too far away from the text first name than I would like. Quick fix. We'll get to that in a second though. The placeholder, change this to first name. Content format is text, which is fine. Let's untick minimum width and height of 48 is fine. No min width means it spans across all the space it needs to. But let's fix this spacing issue. Holding shift, select the input and select the text there. Right click, group elements in a column container. As you can see, it's now closer, but personally I don't like it too close. So on this itself, let's quickly add in 6 pixels of row gap there, and it's a little bit more spacious and better. Now, select the parent group holding both of these elements, copy and paste. We'll do it 4 times. We'll have a first name, last name, email, and password input field. So let's press on this, copy, paste. All these elements are too far away. We will fix that once we've gone and filled in these properly. So min height, change all the min height to 0 on all your copy groups. Alright, now we have the first name done. Let's do last name. Change the input as well to last name. Type text is fine. And then let's go to email. Input, obviously email. And for the content format here, for email and passwords, we actually have a pre-built-in format we can use. So we have email and password here. Obviously for email, you're going to select email. And then for the password, we'll change the text to password here as well. Now let's change the input to password. As I said, content format is password for the password. For the first and last name, it's obviously text, but there is a pre-built in one for email and password itself. All right, now how do we action all of this? First of all, we will make all these closer together. So press on the parents of all of these groups, holding shift. Right click, group elements in a column container. As you can see, they're all closer now. And we'll add in 6 pixels of row gap there. That looks fine and clean. Now, how do we actually action all of this and sign the user up when they're on their app using it? Well, we need to add a button in here. Let's call this button sign up. Layout, no min width, min height 48. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And then we can press on the group form itself. And like I said before, we can hit fit height to content. And it centers the element perfectly in the middle here, just like that. All right, so we actually do not have a data field for first name and last name. If we go over to the data section here, I'll show you what I mean. When a new Bubble app is created, by default, there is an email and there is a password field under the type user. You can't see the password because the privacy rules applied. So how do we actually add in first and last names? Well, we need to add in new fields. So create a new field, first name of type text, last name of type text. Now we have first and last name data fields set up and ready to go. Back on the design here, press button sign up, and this is obviously what's going to action all the inputs and actually save a new user into our database. So let's add a workflow, close that. What do we want to do when button sign up is clicked? Well, we want to sign the user up, and we need to match our inputs we have. So we have 4 inputs with these values here. So input email is going to be input email's value. And obviously if input email is going to be that, input password is going to be input password's value. So we have 2 out of the 4 inputs matched here. Well, how do we reference the first and last name data fields we just created? We come down here to change another field. And then as you can see here, the newly data fields are there, ready to be referenced. So we'll hit that, and we obviously need to add in the last name as well. So much like the input email and password, we now have a input first name's value and input last name's value. And then just like that, the 4 out of the 4 inputs are referenced in the workflow. So that is everything we need to do workflow wise. Once again, this is just a basic tutorial. Off this, you can navigate them to a login page, a home page, an index page, a settings page. That is all stuff you will need to set up, and is very easy to do in Bubble.io. So let's preview this app and see how we go. So hit preview. First name, we'll do testing. Testing. Email. That. Password. Doesn't matter. So this is what a user would see, and what they would enter their own email, password, first and last name in. So once all the fields are selected here and been filled, we'll hit sign up. As you can see, that blue bar appeared and loaded, meaning it's done. So coming back in the sign up form on the data itself, how do we actually see if that user has now been saved? Well, we go into data, app data, and as you can see here, we have the email testing 88, the first name, testing 88, the last name, testing 24, which is exactly what we just created. So once a new user signs up, it will actually appear here in your app data on your database. And that is how you reference it, and that is how you see it. Once someone's loaded, it may not appear straight away. That did, but if you don't see this, come up here and press reload, and it'll appear here. It just takes a little second sometimes. Okay, that is how to make a basic sign up form in Bubble. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you like this type of content. Thank you.